Eden Zero is back, and the first 3 pages of this chapter is just natural disaster, natural disaster, natural disaster. I mean, seriously, the world is being destroyed. Earthquakes, volcanoes, everything you can imagine. Most of humanity is basically already dead before the story even gets going, which is weird because the most plentiful race in the four cosmos is humanity, so I have no idea how that makes sense, unless when Mother went overdrive, he was able to scoop up whatever living humanity there was and just shot them into the other cosmoses. I guess. I have no idea. And I guess humanity just repopulated like rabbits. Yeah, that is the best guess I got. Sister finds Clown just covered in rubble. I don't know how he's not crushed to death. I don't even understand how the two of them were able to then pull himself up, but he's fine, I guess, whatever. Apparently he was evacuating his patients from the hospital when it collapsed, and he just got caught in the collapse. But I don't know where he could evacuate them to. The whole entire planet is dying. So the two of them, realizing that they're basically screwed, the Earth is screwed, the only somewhat safe place they can go to is Valkyrie's lab. And so now all dark stars and shining stars are currently in her lab, and I guess she got it ready for the disaster that was coming because it seems to be holding together pretty well. They're basically discussing how the governments of the world basically ignored her research and have not gotten anything ready for overdriving the Earth. So this is actually quite interesting. We get a better explanation of how overdrive works. So apparently what it does is once you go into overdrive, you go into critical point, and this causes the changing of your shape of your body, or in this case, the shape of the Earth. We already knew all that, but apparently whatever goes overdrive also is now in a hibernation state where their ether is currently purifying itself. Now, the assumption all this time was that overdrive is for the purpose of increasing your ether to become stronger so you can win a fight, but no. I mean, that makes sense because that's all we've ever seen overdrive used for, but no, that's not what it's used for. The purpose of overdrive is to heal and restore the ether of whatever you're overdriving. So yeah, overdrive is not meant for warfare or fighting or even increasing the amount of ether you have. The purpose of it is to purify and heal the ether in your body to prevent, your death. Everyone is kind of confused why the governments of the world are against doing this because it's clear that Valkyrie knows what she's talking about. But Valkyrie straight up says that, no, well, it doesn't matter because I don't need them. Me and Hermit, on our own, we can do this ourselves. We can force the Earth to go into overdrive. But obviously, it's still a risk because you don't know what's actually going to happen when you go into overdrive, specifically what's going to happen to humanity. And so they seem to want to get permission from all their friends, and one by one, they all just give it. Brayheim says he always trusts her and he'll follow her where she goes. Obviously, Sister and Clown are grateful that they were able to save her life, and so they're going to follow her as well. And as for Witch and Wizard, well, they want to make a future for their child. They don't want the world to end. So everyone's on board with going with the overdrive plan. And that's when Ziggy shows up. Obviously, time traveling 20,000 years into the past, well, 40,000 for him, to the point where Mother is there. And what he finds is a doomed planet, and he's completely confused on that matter altogether, wondering how he could go to the point where Mother's supposed to be, but instead find a dying world. And when I say a dying world, I mean he only has one signal of life on this planet, which means all of humanity's dead. So he rushes to that one signal, and what he finds is everyone's corpses, and baby Shiki, the only living human left. Shiki has a little pin on him that says his name, and so when Ziggy reads it, he starts to have some sense of memory come back. We already learned this, but after Ziggy was turned into an android, his human memory slowly disappeared to the point where he couldn't remember who he was. So it makes sense that finding Shiki to himself jogs parts of his memory, and now he's a little confused on what's going on. And the last thing Ziggy sees is the Earth going into overdrive and Mother being born. So yeah, when Mother said 20,000 years ago, Shiki, you made a deal with me, I figured it was actually Ziggy who made the deal, because obviously he got his memories back, he is Shiki himself, and so he decided to make the deal with Mother. Either she gets her power back, or she saves everyone, and he basically left that responsibility on himself, the baby version of himself. I know it's confusing, but yeah, Ziggy made a deal with Mother that Shiki, the baby himself, would decide the future of Mother. But she still hasn't explained yet, she'll probably get there, why he has to make that choice. Why can't he just have it all? Now, that's the part that I'm really concerned about, because why does he have to make that choice? Are we going to learn in the next chapter? I hope so. I really do. But yeah, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you can enjoy more Eden Zero and other way things. Thank you, and have a great day.